This conference will now be recorded.
All right, good morning, fellas. How's everybody doing this morning?
Good.
Good, good, good. We still have a few guys missing. Looks like we are still missing Manny, John, Maurice, and who else here?
Maurice is here. It was me, and I reached out to Manny, so I'm waiting, trying to get him.
Okay, so we're waiting on. So Maurice is with you. Thanks, Kerry, for the heads up. John, are you on? Brian, have you heard anything from John? He was on here a little while ago. I saw him on here.
Yeah, I think he's going through a bad spot. I'm trying to call right now.
Okay. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get started, guys. Got a lot of stuff to kind of cover over this morning. First off, I'm going to start off with a safety share. Yesterday, through through TechGenie, we all should have gotten an acknowledgement in TechGenie about school starting back. When it's coming to those guys, make sure that we are not just clicking acknowledged just so we can get past it. Let's make sure that we're reading that stuff. Had some pretty good pertinent information in there. Obviously, sharing the road with school buses. Kids going to be going in and out of schools, getting off buses. We want to watch for them darting out into traffic. Things like that. Keep a 10-foot buffer around school buses to adjust for kids. Just in that case, darting out, things like that. Good safety share there. Kind of hit home yesterday with that. Tommy knew about it and Victor knew about it, and y'all all saw that Victor posted something on Zinc yesterday saying I had some personal issues going on, and kind of a scary moment for us yesterday. My son it was his first day of school, and he was put on the wrong bus, and he's supposed to go to daycare, and he didn't go to daycare. He was put on the wrong bus. We did not know exactly what bus he was on. They couldn't tell us what bus he was on. It was a little scary. Luckily, he did make it home. They actually put him on the wrong bus, the bus to actually drop him off here at our house, which at that time, neither one of us were home, but he was smart enough to come through the gate, walk up the driveway, and come in the house. So great job on his part. I was very proud of him, but yeah, scary moment for us. So, just kind of a safety share, dealing with school buses, things like that. Does anybody else kind of have a safety share to kick us off? Nobody's seen anything? Nobody's got anything about safety?
Yeah, I think Cody wanted to share something about dogs running out in the middle of the road.
All right, Cody, go right ahead, sir.
So, I was meeting Victor on Friday to go to a job, and I was coming through Frankston, and I had like 3 cars on my left and a dually riding up my butt, and I saw this dog come running across the yard, and it stopped for just a split second. And then just a split second later, it takes off out in the middle of the road. And I actually had nowhere to go. Like I said, I had 3 vehicles on my left and a truck riding my butt. And I did end up hitting the dog because I was unable to stop before I realized that he was in the road.
So you hit a dog in your company vehicle?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Did you let anybody know that? In that instance, I know that you've only been with this a short time, but in that instance, we definitely want to make sure that I'm in the loop on that, and you're letting me know.
Okay. Yeah, that day, I was actually on the phone with Victor whenever it happened, And I mean, I told Victor right then that it happened and everything. And I just, because of not really knowing what to do and everything, and I mean, because I was on the phone with him, uh, I wasn't sure on what I needed to do as far as that went.
Okay, and that's understandable. If and when you have questions like that, if you're unsure of something, don't hesitate to give me a call. Let me know. Ask questions. We definitely want to know that. Did it do any damage to your truck?
No, sir. Because I got out at our first job and started looking, and it looked like what had happened was it completely missed the bumper and ended up hitting the tire.
Okay. All right. Well, I appreciate you letting me know. We'll kind of talk about this, offline a little bit and go over those procedures. But yeah, we definitely want to make sure that we're stopping and making sure everything's okay at that instant, and making sure that I'm in the loop and letting me know what's going on there.
Okay.
All right. Appreciate that, man. Anybody else with a safety share? All right. Let's go ahead and start moving on, guys. Number one thing I want to talk about is on-time starts. We've seen a change in on-time starts, and back on May 31st, I sent out an email to the entire team listing out exactly what we need to do in case we are going to arrive to our first job later than 8 o'clock. And I have not been getting a lot of those notifications, and I'm starting to see a rise in people getting to their jobs late. And when we are getting to our jobs late, then that is a setting us up for failure for the rest of the day and setting us up to run behind. We don't want to do that. So we want to make sure, obviously, that we are, excuse me, we want to make sure that we are letting me know when you're running late. So that way we can kind of keep track of that, guys. We want to make sure that we're getting our customers on time and taking care of them. And everybody did acknowledge that email, bar the new guys that have just started, John, Cody, and Maurice. Everybody else on this call has acknowledged that email and said that they understand and will comply. And so I need everybody to refresh their memory on that and make sure that we need to make sure that we are letting me know and why we're going to be late, and if we've notified the customer to let them know that we're going to be late. Does anybody have any questions on that?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay. What is considered late?
8:15.
Correct. Anything past 8:15. Good job, Cody. You must have just learned that.
Yes, sir, I did.
Anything past 8:15, I need to be notified and let known of why we're going to be running late. We have to adjust for traffic, things like that. So we have to make sure that we're following that. Does everybody understand that? Everybody on this call understand that?
Yes, sir.
Cody?
Yes, sir.
Mott?
Yes, sir.
Dustin Mott?
Yes, sir.
All right. Eric Saunders?
Understand.
Jason Sykes?
Yes, sir.
John?
Yes, sir.
Kerry?
Yes, sir.
Larry?
Yes, sir.
Manny?
Yes, sir.
Michael?
Yes, sir.
Patrick?
Yes, sir.
And Victor?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you guys. Thank you. Next thing, DW21s. Again, I've asked that I be sent an email. If for some reason we're not able to install DW21s on all the doors in a customer's homes, and why, the reasoning behind it. And I have not seen a lot of those emails. I have been getting some of them here and there. I need everyone to make sure that if you are not using DW21s and you're using DW11s or 1100s to put on a door, an email needs to be sent to myself so that we understand exactly why that's happening. Now, yes, I do understand. We do understand that sometimes there are the French doors or the metal doors that we can't drill into, things like that. But even if that's the case, I still want to get and I still want to receive an email of why we're not doing it. We need to make sure that we are using DW21s every time possible, that we are installing on doors. That's an understanding across the board.
Hey, Nick, got a question on that. So is this just for new installs, or is this for service tickets, or just going forward, period? If you do a door sensor, it's not a 21. Do you want to know? Just trying to clear it up.
No, absolutely. So what this is 100% new installs. We need to make sure that we are installing DW21s. Now, if we are at a customer's home and they already have DW11s and we have to switch them out for some reason, say, the sensor's not working, bad sensor, whatever, then, and we have to put another door sensor on there, let's go ahead and use a DW21 just so that obviously, it's still the same protection, still better. Still the same sensor basically, but it's a little bit hidden, and that could help out the customer say, oh, and we can use the line. We have these sensors here that are better made for doors, and we're going to put this in instead of what you had. And we have to make sure that we're getting them the customer the understanding that, hey, still does the same thing, it's just in a different location. That kind of makes sense there.
Yes, sir. So I was just making sure, like, what's tracked as far as the installation percentage on 21 is only for new installations, but we're not required to necessarily send you an email on like service tickets or even like move installs for not using them, right?
If it's a move install, we're going to treat that just like a new install. We're going to go ahead and install DW21s because, since it's basically a new install, we're going to go ahead and install DW21s there as well. But yes, they're tracking the installs on that. So we want to make sure that on every install, we're definitely using 21s where possible.
All right, so just so I understand, I don't want to sound too repetitive, but so move installs and regular installs, you need an email on 21s if we don't use them, basically.
Correct.
I'll go ahead and make it. I'll go ahead and make it pretty simple. Any job where there's a door where you're supposed to use a DW21 and you do not use one, if there's a reason or whatever, we need to know, even on a service ticket, because the main thing is the behavior and the habit, not necessarily, well, which jobs are we mandatory to do it for, so we can not do it on other ones, because that's still splitting the behavior mindset. So just to make it easy, anytime where that there's supposed to be a DW21 installed, regardless of if it's being tracked by a metric or not, same thing.
All right, roger that.
Everybody clear on that?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Yep.
All right. Another thing that I've seen going out on some OJAs and visiting y'all in the field is I get to a house and sometimes I get there, I'm sorry, go ahead. Was somebody trying to chime in? Okay. Sometimes I get there a little after y'all do, things like that, and when I get there, y'all don't have shoe covers on. Guys, shoe covers are required on every job. If you get there and the customer says, "Oh, don't worry about it, I'm not worried about," we are required to put shoe covers on. We just let the customer know, "Oh, I do appreciate that, but it is our policy that we do wear our shoe covers in every customer's home." Okay, we have to wear our shoe covers. If you do not have shoe covers, order them. If you need some, I have a bunch of them at the FSL in a box, the older ones, the old white ones. When you come to the FSL on next Wednesday, let me know, hey, can I get some shoe covers? I have a bunch of them. But we are required to wear shoe covers on every single job. Understood across the board?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Awesome.
Yep.
Awesome. Appreciate the feedback, guys. Appreciate the feedback. That's good. Now, some other stuff. Scorecard. Schedule adherence stuff. Can anybody tell me what the for the schedule adherence, what the completion percentage consists of?
Every time you complete an actual job, anytime you hit complete.
Correct. It is the percentage of dispatch work orders with the complete result code. Okay. I did send the definitions out to everyone on the team. I do know that we have some new guys that have joined us, and I will resend that out to everybody on the team just so that we understand what the definitions are and a little bit more about the schedule adherence. Once I send that out, guys, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to myself and ask questions about it. So I will be sending this out here this morning. And understanding it a little bit more. We've got some work to do as a team on our completion percentage. I'm bringing it up right now. Sorry, my computer just refreshed. Give me just 1 second here.
Well, while you're doing that, I'll add a little bit more clarification to that. So it's not just as far as completing the jobs. It's the metric is tracked off of jobs that are on your schedule at 5 a.m. So this is regardless of if the job moves around, if a job gets swapped to somebody else, if you're running behind and that job goes to somebody else and it doesn't get completed, it counts against you because it's a very simple metric. It's what you had on your schedule at 5 a.m. if it got completed or not, period. Like that's the way it's tracked pretty much. So just like I said, you can have 6 jobs on your schedule at 5 in the morning. You wake up and look at it at 6 and there's one less, that one, it counts. If it was on your schedule at that time, if it gets moved later in the day, you run behind and somebody takes that job for you, and then it gets rescheduled or something because they couldn't make it or whatever, it counts. Now I know how that sounds, but I need everybody to kind of think of it from a bigger picture perspective, and this is pretty much Todd's perspective. It doesn't matter who it's on, it's within the business, and did it get completed or not? And if we all grow towards just simply seeing that percentage will continue to rise. So that's where overall, if you're knocking out your jobs on the day, pretty much it's going to be what's on your schedule. There will be a couple of outliers that get moved around and whatnot, but at the same time, it'll still be up to our teammates as well to have that same passion and pride to complete our jobs, and we'll get them all knocked out. So that's a little bit more detail into it. It's not just the ones that you complete, it's whatever was on your schedule at 5 a.m. for the day, and if it got completed or not.
So I have a question on that, and I may already know the answer, but so with that being said, is there more emphasis on scheduling and whomever to make sure that they are confirming every work order with the customer as they are supposed to?
Yes, there is. There's a ton of push on all of that, and also, that's something that we look at. That's something that we continue to ask you all as far as feedback on, so we can make sure we send those. I'm having conversations weekly with Ethelene and the scheduling team about these types of things. Adam is heavily involved. Brett's heavily involved. It's a very big thing right now.
Everybody understand that?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
All right, so I had a question. Manny, you asked a question. In the past, you've had quite a few install services that haven't been confirmed, so it's a no-show. Does that affect it? Yes.
Yep, it's simple. Again, I completely understand what you all are saying. Now, here's the thing. On reschedules, it's a different story. Reschedules are basically Vivint caused reschedules. So if we have a customer no-show, that doesn't count on a reschedule rate, but it does count on completion percentage, because again, it's very simple. What I had on my schedule, did it get completed or not? If it did not get completed, it goes one side. If it did get completed, it goes to the other side. No matter what the situation or circumstance is, which we'll have a million of them. If it got completed, it's good. If it didn't, it's bad.
Understood.
Good question.
All right, guys, so we're all clear on completion rates, right, on schedule adherence? So right now, as a team, we are sitting at 77.8% on completion rate as a team. Can anybody remember what our team goal is on that? Some of y'all are probably looking it up, things like that.
Well, Derek, if I do remember correctly, I think me and you had talked about it at one point, and I want to say you had told me 83.
Close, 90%.
Gotcha.
Yeah. We want our team to be at a 90% completion rate. And right now, as a team, we're at 77.8. Excuse me. So we want to make sure that we are following up, getting our completions taken care of. We have a little bit to go the rest of the month. We want to make sure that we are completing out our jobs, and that will help out a tremendous way. Right now, completion rate is our biggest factor in our schedule adherence for this month. And the reason that's just, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys on here right now in the red or orange section of the coloring. And I'll go down the list. We have
Show
Larry
us that or send it to us.
I'm sorry?
Please. Can you show us that or send it to us, please?
Yeah, I can show it as well as send it.
Thank you. And also, is there data, not data, but yeah, data behind that, like where we can go and say, I don't know what my percentage is. Let's see, 84%. Is there a way that we can look and see, okay, I didn't complete this job, or hey, I did complete this job, but this is incorrect, or whatever on each individual metric?
Yeah, absolutely. There's definitely data behind each metric, and I can definitely get that out to the team and kind of show where your numbers are as far as that. Yeah. So right now we have Larry at a 61.3, Manny at an 84.7, Jason at a 68.3, Brian at an 85, Kerry at an 84.3, Eric Saunders at 83.8, Patrick at an 81.7, Michael at an 85.4, Mott at 76.3, Chayman at 71.4, Rouse at a 68.8, and Victor at a 79.5.
And if I'm seeing this correctly, does this go off the last 10 weeks?
Yes,
Correct.
that's the way it's run right now. It can be run for different durations. It could be run for last week. It could be last month. It could be this month. It could be run in multiple different ways.
So everybody kind of understanding what's going on with completion rate?
Yes, sir.
All right. Appreciate it. Thank you. On that, guys, as well as you can see reschedule rate. Tommy touched on it just a little while ago, a little bit. Reschedule rate is percentage of dispatched work orders with a result code we consider a Vivint caused reschedule. Okay. Did we cause the reschedule or did the customer cause the reschedule? And that's pretty simple, cut and dry there. Either we did it or they did it. There's only two ways there. And on that, we have Larry at a 7.3. Patrick, you're at a 3.8. Dakota's not here, but he's at a 4.4. Michael at a 3.1, and Eric at a 2.9. Jason at 2.4. We're all, as a team, doing pretty decent there. Got a little bit of work to do on the reschedules. We want to make sure that we are not causing the reschedules, and just rescheduling jobs. That's the basic hand down of that one, guys. Is make sure we are not rescheduling jobs because it's our fault, and that goes into making sure that we have the right equipment before we get to a customer's house. Making sure that we are reading work order notes and getting that equipment. If we don't have something on our trucks and we're going to need it for that next job, make sure that we are reaching out to our teammates and getting that, and not just rescheduling it and saying, okay, well, I'm just going to reschedule this job and get the part later and come back. That's obviously making our reschedule rate go up, and it is also, when we're doing that, is making our flags in the area go up, because we are thus putting another job on us or another team member for a later date that we could ultimately put another customer that's calls in. Thus could add to the job of us adding more work to ourselves, and our schedules, our customers having to wait longer for us to get to their homes. We touched a little bit on first on-time start rate across the board. Again, we're doing fairly well. Obviously, we have some that are, as a team, we're doing 91.1%. That's real good, guys. We're right there at the cusp. Have a few of us that are a little below the curve there, and that's going to be fixed with the better planning, guys. Making sure that we're leaving our houses on time, making sure that we are confirming with our customers, giving the call ahead. Hey, just to let you know, going to be here at this time. Making plans for traffic delays, things like that. Kind of watching what we're doing. Missed window rate.
Hey, Derek.
Yeah.
On the on-time rate, on-time, whatever. I know that, like, as far as the 8 o'clock jobs, like, unless the job is over an hour and a half away, I've not been there past 8:15 or 8 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
Now, do some of these go into effect as, because of Wednesday, we're blocked until 10 a.m. and if we have a 10 to 12 and it's an hour away, we may not get there till 11. Does that count against us?
No, because your drive time, your start time does not start until 10 o'clock when that block expires. So if we have a block from 8 to 10, your drive time should not start until 10 o'clock from the FSL.
All right.
Last thing is miss window rate. Again, 1.4 here from the whole team. Doing as a team, we're doing pretty good there in that aspect, guys. Good job. We do have a little bit of work. Couple guys got a little bit of work to do on there. Patrick and Larry, Jason, and Dakota, kind of getting there above the 2s. We want to make sure that we're keeping those down. If by some chance, guys, we are going to miss a window, what a miss window is if nothing happens on that appointment on that scheduled job during the appointment window. Okay, we need to make sure if we're going to miss a window that we are confirming, talking to our customers, which we should already be doing, letting them know, hey, I'm running a little late. Now, I think a lot of this, extends out to the 4 to 8 arrival window. I think we sometimes get behind, throughout the day, and then that 4 to 8 arrival window. I'm sorry, not 4 to 8, the 12 to 4 arrival window. We get a little behind, and then it's going to push us past 4 o'clock, getting to that second 12 to 4 per se. And then if that's the case, guys, if that's going to push us back, we need to be in contact with myself and let me know, hey, I'm running behind. We need to make sure we're in contact with the customer and be letting them know, hey, I am running behind. I do apologize. I should be arriving there at it's around 4:15 to 4, whatever. If it's going to be past that 12 to 4 window, and if the customer says no, that's fine, I understand. Then you need to be contacting me, and we can move that job from a 12 to 4 to a 4 to 8 time slot. Thus, that way we're not missing that arrival window. Does that kind of make sense?
Yes.
Everybody understand that?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Awesome.
sir.
Understood.
All right. Couple more things, guys. As far as, give me 1 second here. Just marking off my list. We've been seeing a lot of us RMAing a lot of equipment. Okay. I'm looking through it. I'm going to be reaching out to everyone on the team individually and kind of going over what's happening and why we're RMAing so much equipment individually and as a team. I will be reaching out to everyone. So because we're seeing that a lot of guys are just taking parts and hey, it's bad, not troubleshooting and saying, hey, I'm just going to switch it out. We need to be troubleshooting. We need to be troubleshooting equipment. Some of it is easy fixes that, perfect example, DW11s or 1100s, instead of saying, oh, it's bad because the batteries are dead or something like that, instead of saying, oh, it's bad, I'm just going to RMA it as bad and send it back. No, let's switch out the batteries. Okay. That way we're not sending back so much bad equipment. We're not using so much equipment because right now we're the lowest in the region when it comes to RMA equipment. And we want to make sure that we are doing our work there and troubleshooting. I understand that troubleshooting sometimes, guys, is like, man, it's going to take me forever. Or, now I understand that as well. But we also want to make sure that, we're doing our job and not just saying, oh, it's bad, let me replace it, let me just put a brand new one up there to save me some time. We're not going to be doing that. We don't want to do that at all. We want to make sure that we kind of troubleshoot a little bit and say, oh, okay, here's the problem. Now, yes, we don't want to spend all day troubleshooting something as well, and that put us way behind. But especially when it comes to resetting cameras, things like that. And, you know, let's take a little bit of time, reset them, factory reset them, instead of just saying, oh, it's bad out of the box, let me just put a brand new one up. Now, if you're running into that issue where a camera's giving you a little bit of trouble, I have no problem, guys, grabbing another one off your truck, installing that one, but keep the one that would not reset, keep that and work on resetting it, okay, at a later time. You can even do it right then while you're kind of working, while you're waiting on something to upload. You can reset that camera, reset it back to factory settings, and be able to use it on the next job. We don't just want to say, hey, it's bad, throw it in the box, put a bad sticker on it, and turn it in as RMA is bad. That kind of makes sense?
Yes.
Okay, appreciate it, guys. So I will be reaching out to everyone individually and going over that as well, and talking about what's going on and some habits and things like that, and seeing if we can't get some of those habits changed around. Lastly, on my part, obviously some y'all have seen that there's some changes going on the team. We as a team, as a leadership team, got together last Thursday and had a meeting. A lot of things are changing. A lot of things are happening across the team. A lot of stuff is happening, right? We want everybody to understand that those changes are all happening for the good. You're going to see
Close
little.
your screen.
I'm sorry.
Close your screen.
Oh, I clicked on the wrong thing. There we go.
Yes, you did.
Sorry, I'm using two screens here, and I thought I clicked on the other one, but it wasn't the other one. So guys, changes are happening. Things are happening. And like I said, they're all for the good. I appreciate everybody kind of helping out. I've seen a lot more on Zinc happening. Obviously, one of the big changes is you see Tommy is on the call and Eric White is on the call. You also saw yesterday that Tommy put a message out on Zinc to include him and Eric on communications and emails and things like that to myself. Please make sure you're doing that. Obviously, yesterday we lost a teammate, Lionel. Lionel was terminated, involuntarily terminated. We wish him luck on what he's doing, but he was involuntarily terminated. So on that aspect, guys, you know, we're going to need some help in the Louisiana area. I know that we are staying busy over there. We do have the Louisiana guys making sure they're getting their licenses completed, as well as we do have a couple guys in the Texas area that are working on getting their Louisiana license as well. We're going to need some overtime for the Louisiana area. So if any of the Louisiana guys would like to open up for some overtime on their days off to help us out, that would be tremendously much appreciated, to be able to knock down and get some of these tickets taken care of. If you would like to open up for overtime, please let me know, and we will definitely get that going and get you set up. Now, on that, another change that's happening is Texas also is extremely busy. And so if anybody is wanting some overtime, we need some help on the Texas side as well. I've asked a couple times, and a couple guys have opened up some overtime opportunities, and we appreciate those that have. But guys, we're still running pretty hot and heavy right now. So please, if you wanted to get some overtime here on the Texas side as well, please send me an email and give me those dates and times that you will be able to open up, so that we can get those scheduled out as well. Lastly, sad to say it, but we are losing another teammate. Mr. Armstrong has put in his 2-week resignation. He's going to be moving on to some different ventures for himself, and we wish him luck in everything he's going to go forward and do. His last day is going to be officially give me just 1 second here. Make sure I get it correct. 31st. So a week from tomorrow is going to be Michael's last day with us on Team Invictus. So everybody reach out. Everybody will see him on Wednesday at the replenishment. But everybody kind of reach out to him, tell him bye, hi, whatever. We appreciate the time that you've spent with us. And we appreciate you being part of Team Invictus, Mike. I'm just saying it now, but we'll definitely be talking about it again on Wednesday. Also, just to let y'all know, Michael's mother-in-law did pass away yesterday morning. Or I guess I can call her mother-in-law, Michael. It's your girlfriend's mom.
Yeah, that's fine.
She did pass away yesterday morning, so just kind of everybody know that. But we appreciate that, Mike. We appreciate you being part of the team, and we're sad to hear that. Besides that, guys, I'm going to kind of open it up. Does anybody have any questions, comments, concerns about anything going on? All right, guys. If we don't have anything, I appreciate it. Almost.
Okay. Wait a minute. Hang on. Always ask if I got something, because I probably do. I'll be skipping over. Bro. So just to kind of hit some touch points. One thing I am going to want to find out. You all can respond on Zinc if you want to, and that's fine. I do want to get kind of an honest poll and opinion on how far ahead of time you guys are calling your customers for pre-calls, both installs and service. You can different. I think that's you, Michael. Can you mute? We can hear you. We can hear you getting stuff together. But just give your honest feedback on your consistent routine, even if it's not consistent. Be honest, because we just need to get down to the bottom of some things. But how far ahead you all are doing your pre-calls for installs, service, both, however you want to list that out. But just send us your feedback on that, and we'll make sure that we get you the scheduling playbook for the missed windows and stuff like that as well. I did put out the schedule adherence run from this month only. So then that way you all can see kind of where you stand as far as your performance this month as well. As we said, we can run that in multiple ways. Did put out that message that Derek reiterated on the call just a little while ago. So thank you for that, Derek. As far as just the communication, just like we've done before with sending emails to any other department, this will be the same thing here. If there's anything that you all are sending out, please make sure that you include Derek, myself, and Eric White on it, unless it's about one of us. And if it's about one of us, then put the other ones on it. So, for example, if you guys send something that's in regards to Derek, make sure that Eric and I are on it. If you're sending something about me, make sure that Derek and Eric are on it, and so forth. So just that way we get clean communication. We get kept in the loop on everything. If there are things that we can intercept and actually help you with, before having to actually go to someone else, then we can do that. We can advise you of that. But that gives us the opportunity and keeps us in the loop. And as you all know, there, like Derek has said, there's been a lot of changes going on within the team. A lot of different movements that are happening, and we're making some things kind of shake up a little bit as far as realigning mindsets, focus, goals, execution within the team. You all will be getting worked with a lot more. There'll be more engagement with Derek, Eric, and myself. So you all will see some more of that as well, as you're already seeing. So just everybody understand that and know that that's kind of the direction that we're going in right now. And we'll As he did say, as far as overtime, we do need overtime on both sides. So regardless of where you are, if you are willing to open up some overtime, please send that to us with the detailed dates and hours that you want to have open, just so we don't assume it's an all day or a half day or anything like that. Minimum that can be sent to open is a good 4 to 5 hours, because we want to make sure that we have time to fit in maybe an install or something like that, or a couple of services or whatever the case may be. Just for your information, Tyler is the hottest market in the region, so we definitely need the help and teamwork. Make sure that you are looking as far ahead as you can on your schedules. If you have downtime, start from 5 days to a week out or whatever on TechGenie. Call those customers and try to move them forward. Up to about 2 to 3 days. Once you get in 2 to 3 days, it's not going to be that much of an impact to move it forward. So try to work your way from back to front, and that will actually help the flags, the time to service, time to install. So everybody be safe. Make sure you're wearing your PPE. Make sure you guys are utilizing your resources on ProSource as far as the SOPs and doing everything properly and to the standards. And let's be great, and let us know if you all have anything.
All right, team. Appreciate everybody being on. If you have any questions, please let us know. And I will stick around for a few minutes and answer any questions if y'all have any. Besides that, be safe, be careful, and have a good day.
Hey, Derek.
Yes, sir.
Hey, I was just gonna. I saw that everybody else was already off. I was just gonna ask about the time correction that I sent the other day.
Yeah. No, I do have it. I just have not made it yet. I did see it. It will be corrected before you have to submit your time.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I finished my training the other night, and it's showing that it's just waiting for the approval of the observer.
Correct, and that is me. I will be getting with you on that and getting that taken care of. Yes, I do. I did see that you finished. They did send me an email. I do appreciate you get that done in a timely manner. But yeah, that's the server part is me.
Okay.
All righty, sir.
Other than that, that's all I had.
All right, man. Appreciate it, Cody.
All righty, sir.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Mr. White, did you have something for me?
Nope, just a fly on the wall, brother.
All right, no, I just saw that you're the last remaining one, so I figured before I shut it off, I'd ask you.
Nah, you good. You can let it go. I'll talk to you later.
All right, man. All right, man. Hey, have a good one. Y'all be safe coming home.
Yep.
All right, bye-bye.